Hello, my name is Michael Huber, and I'm here to explain to you today how to use the WQRI Large Event Live Unit. Now, some of you may be thinking that it's larger and it's more imposing, but don't worry, I'm here to explain to you today how simple this thing actually is to use. This unit contains all of the things it needs to mix and amplify sound from your laptop or phone to powerful speakers. It is self-contained, so all you need to do to access everything is open the lids on the case. These are speak-on cables seen here, and they will be plugged into the corresponding left, right, and sub inputs. These are the speaker cables, and they will be used to power the speakers as well as transfer sound to them. Now you need to power on the rack. Shown here is the power supply that you need to plug into the wall to power the rack. Then switch on the power supply, which should turn on everything in the rack except the amplifiers at the bottom. The amplifiers are the last two metal cases screwed into the rack at the bottom, listed as amps. These must always be turned on after the rest of the rack has been turned on. Now that the unit is all set to play music, you need to get everything all set to produce sound. First, make sure everything on the board is muted and every fader, or sliding pads you see here, are at the bottom of their rail. This means that no sound will be produced from your system while you plug things in. Next, find the mains fader on the mixer. It is labeled, but it is also the furthest fader to the right. Raise this fader to 0 or the unity mark up here. Next, unmute the microphone channels you are using, as well as the stereo channels labeled laptop. Raise the fader on the laptop channel until the sound reaches an acceptable point. Now, take this cable that is a small headphone input and put it into the headphone jack on your laptop, phone, or tablet. Now that your event is over, it's time to break down the live unit. You do that by breaking it down in the reverse order that you assembled it, but be careful. This is the time where most equipment and speakers will be damaged. Now, unplug the speakers and the speak-on cables from the rack. Then, unplug the power supply from its socket and put it back inside the rack. At this point, all cables that were originally with the unit should be back where they were before you open the rack. At this point, you should be able to put the lids back on the rack. First, put the table lid that is on the front as the main lid, then the two back lids. Then, make sure everything is all secured and you should be fine. You should now know how to set up, operate, and break down the Large Event Live Unit for WQRI. If you have any problems or concerns, please contact the systems manager on the e-board or your supervisor. Thank you for your love of work at WQRI, and we hope you have fun.